Go to work, go to work, go to work. Absolutely. Now, I had a pre scheduled show here today, but trust and believe, I got some more stuff to say. I'm going to have to say that at a later time. But yeah, I've been helping people in a real way. And you know what? I did want to put some lipstick on, but at any rate, that's what I'm saying. Some people want it all nice and tight and all that stuff. But it's all right. Trust it. It's better than all right. It's right. That part right there. And this other situation I want to talk about later, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to talk about that. Because right now, man, please know that the way I edify people, the way I support people, that came from my upbringing in Compton. That part right there. We really know how to support one another when we want to really support somebody. You understand me? So we want to stay on that same page right there. That's really where we want to stay. Okay. But let me introduce you to the show. How you doing there? Reverend Fred Shaw, go to work, go to work. How are you today? Turn my volume up.
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
You can hear me?
Yes, go to work, go to work, go to work. That
How
part
you
right
doing?
there. I'm doing all right. And here, at the same time, I got a mission that just came about. You know how it is. Every day is a new day, and sometimes, as actors, we have to pull some real feelings from some real places, and this is what today's show is about. But unfortunately, I got some bad news about what's going on in my city, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do another StreamYard after this show, but it's in a real way. I need people to know because when they see me the first time online for the first time in a long while, I just need them to know I'm gonna get to it. And it's an unfortunate situation that's going on, and I'm sure you from Compton too. It's not right what's going on over there in the city council, and it's just gonna be a different
What's
show after
going
the
on?
show. Yeah,
What's going on?
well, I could play the video, let you know firsthand when a former our mayor from the city of Compton, Omar Bradley, shares a video, and like everybody else know, real recognize real. Don't nobody have time to be playing games, which some people do because that's how they make they time go by or whatever type of thing. But at the same time, there's Michelle Chambers that she's no longer the District 1 person, and then the voting didn't take place because somebody was appointed with 2 votes instead of 3 votes, and we know that it's a charter, definitely a charter city. And matter of fact, I did my homework, and I held my own self accountable because I went live on YouTube and streamed me reading the current charter and so much more. So at any rate, I want to go back after this show and go locate those YouTube videos, and I actually want to share some of the videos where it was years ago, not this year or past couple of years. And I'm still just a little upset because you know what? Nobody expects to see something like that, and then when you're a real person and somebody is actually trampling over something that you love and something that you hold dear and something that that help you embody who you are this day, this current day, it bothers you. And those people that I remember who would tell me, just stay calm and this, that, whatever, you're too emotional, blah, 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 whatever. And then, working together collaboratively and trying to take people's wisdom in hand at and so forth. I rolled through a lot of different things. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep this copacetic because I really want to do a different StreamYard after we get past this one, because this one's all about edifying actors. But because you asked a question and because you from Compton too and you understand some things at the same time, it's in a real way that some people really need to be reminded that, what, you're not supposed to be rattling people cages and just playing regular old games, because the city of Compton is a real city of Compton. You understand? And some people do want to take things for granted and just walk over people. And it is unfortunate that they think so lowly of people that's from Compton and live in Compton, and the people that's doing that That's okay, because you know what? That's why they say when you play that situation and then you get surprised on the back end, you can't say nothing but deal with it. That part right there. So that's where we at with it in Compton. So in the meantime, why they don't think that people are organized, why they don't think some people know what they can do, why they think that, then that's where we need to be operating, and we actually need to go to work in a real way. And I've been trying to tell people, like the Lone Ranger on the streets of Compton, by the train station, even in the Compton, the city freaking council place. You understand me? So I've been telling people, this is not new to me, that stuff ain't right. I've been telling people, and as soon as I found out that some people would play me even at that rate, that's why I'm trying to tell you, I haven't even been speaking to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they took my kindness for granted. That part right there. Because I
Wow.
had what do you call that? Respect for them. That
Mm-hmm.
part right there. And then you want to tell me, give them a year and do what they do to keep. Is that what it needs? 365 days, 366 days to fuck up some shit? Or what is it? So now that part, that's where we at right now.
Mm. Well, what did they do?
Lord Jesus. Like I said, I'm gonna play the video because you can firsthand. I wasn't there. Two, I've been informed. I watched the video one time. Three, like I said, the information that's in the charter, I want to go get that information where I was sat there and read this charter through and through, and I wanted to go and locate the video when I was standing in the courtyard, the city council, because there's a lot of people that keep talking about the city of Compton like we are. What did we do? That's an understatement. That's why I said right now, this is really not that show. Really need you to know this show is supposed to be for actors. You understand? But you ask a question, but it's more serious than just, what did they do? Is what they haven't did and the shit they fucking been doing. That's the problem right here.
Mm-hmm.
Lord
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, this ain't because I can't talk. Look, everything. I'm serious. I got to be on the show by myself, where I'm fired up by myself, because I understand you older and you calmer. You done been through more things right there. But this is where they keep walking over us. They need somebody that's out there that just telling them, look, this is where it's at. Because as long as I was out there on the train stations in the middle of the goddamn street by the Compton fucking airport and everything like that, people was listening. And just like we know, it's some people that just voted in a certain way because they looked at the seniority, they looked at some progress or what have you. They made a choice because of certain things or whatever type of thing. And it really is a slap in the face. What the fuck is going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the show. And this is in a real way, because you just like they say, every day is a new day, and you just like you want to welcome someone to whether it's your home or your city. At the same time, thank you for participating. This show is about actors and edifying actors. Mr. Reverend Fred Shaw just happened to ask me a question. He is from the city of Compton, and I just obviously got some disturbing news and information that, yes, I processed the information. Yes, I have a video rendering, if it's not posted already on Facebook already, that I'm going to do another show after the StreamYard. This just happened to be pre-recorded 2 weeks ago that I was going to do the show this week. I had to reschedule it last Friday because I was on the set of Hip Hop Police. Well, this Friday, I've been busy at any rate doing the work, you know what I mean? Not just talking about it. I'm actually help people, and people that don't know, I'm an acting coach as well, and just do a lot of different things in media. So at the same time, I'm really from Compton. I'm really, really, really from Compton. When you go to elementary school, middle school, high school, you learn how to drive in Compton. It's a real thing. So you don't really feel that just, oh, it's okay, this is not type of thing. Especially after a long day and you find out some stuff is going awry like that in your city. No, it's not just a regular running the mill, especially when you already deal with people bullshit on a regular daily basis anyway, and people that's playing games and talking behind your back and want to do all this different kind of stuff or whatever. And I've been telling people some of the same stuff I just heard today. Ooh, I'm gonna play the video, and I want you guys to understand that when I do act and when you do see me, it comes from this stuff right here, because the stuff that happens in your community, the stuff that happens in your real life, the stuff that you go through with your family, with your work, if you work in a job, everything, that stuff is real. And as an acting coach, I help people to use that energy into, let it flow into their lines, let it flow into their backstories and what they do and so forth. So this what happened, and this information which is current and is affecting everybody that's in the city of Compton right now. This is in a real way. If you're not understanding that what's real, like they say, what's real, you transcend into what is not real. And then just because I know we have Mr. Donald Demery here that is working on the metaverse, that this is going to be a real situation, because in this universe, on today's day from the CPT, I'm letting you know, yes, imagine in the metaverse that we can make things better. That part right there. And Sean Tierra, I'm not really sure you I know why Mr. Demery has his video off, but I'm not really sure why you have your video off. If you could text me and let me know why. Oh, there you go. Go to work, because actors, we want to be seen. Because if you want me to promote you, that's the only way I could do this. Absolutely. Go to work. How are you today? Oh, your video, you're muted right there. Can you unmute yourself, or let me see if I can help?
Yes, yes. Hello, hello, everybody. I am
Yes.
Shantier. I'm doing good today. How are we doing over there?
Oh, Shantier, I'm fired up. Go to work.
I'm Shanti.
And I don't smoke weed, and everybody know for the CPT. I just, but at the same time, just innately fired up when things go awry in my city. That part right there. So that
Right.
question that Mr. Reverend Fred Shaw, who's also an actor, a writer, script writer, author, a speaker, a motivational speaker. Obviously, he is a reverend, and at the same time, he's also the president of the NAACP in the city of Inglewood. And matter of fact, I heard the city of Inglewood mentioned in this video that I'm referring to, Omar Bradley Jr., who was a mayor of Compton, who some of us just still feel like, he's still the mayor. We wish he was a mayor and everything. So it's in this situation where you just want to address it. Okay, go work. But I did share that I'm going to address it further after this StreamYard. At the same time, this is what people see in actors and backstage in a real way. I'm sure you already know this is what we do. We talk about real things, real issues that happen in the real world. And then, yes, we do transfer them into the lines that people write for us to play out. And at the same time, we know that we're embarking upon the metaverse. So I have someone
Right.
here today that's looking for people and content and so forth that work into the metaverse. But this happened to be in between that time to the time I talked to Mr. Demery, I seen this video from Omar Bradley Jr. on my Facebook page, or through Facebook messaging and everything like that. So in a real way, yes, the message has been processed. And at the same time, yes, I have to get back to that too, because I am a community advocate in a real way. And I'm really from Compton. Like I was saying before, when you born from a certain place, you go to elementary school, you learn how to ride a bike, a skateboard, you learn your
Right.
first rap song, everything like that. You from that place. And we
Mm-hmm.
keep playing games, you take it in a real way. It's called heart to heart, that part right there. So it ain't no game. And these people that play games on a regular basis and full of shit some other places, and then they try to involve it into some other thing, you have to actually regulate and let them know that is a real thing. So my phone number is everywhere online. You understand me? People could call me directly. It has never been a situation. If I ever had a problem with somebody, I've always addressed them directly. Just like I went to the freaking council, set on the podium and told them. You understand? That stuff is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So people got it mixed up with a lot of different things, but because I guess I changed too many wigs and wear and play too many roles. You understand me? But it's a real thing. They need to get some of this comedy therapy, because in a real way, that's what we need. Because some of this shit's so fucked up, we need to laugh about some of this shit
Right.
on Tuesday. You understand?
Right.
I'm not sure how many roles you play, what roles you like to play. Just let me know what we can do, what I can do for you. Go to work.
Yeah, well, I like playing drama roles and I love action. I love action movies. I haven't played any big roles lately. I've been playing like roles like in the church, like Easter plays and Christmas plays and things like that. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't hit the big TV screen yet, but that's definitely what I'm working on. I've been having a passion for acting since I was a child. I used to go on auditions for
Mm-hmm.
TV shows and commercials.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Are you going on auditions now?
I'm going to get back to going to auditions now. I'm actually looking into doing all that now, getting in contact with some agencies and getting my cards together, getting my face on a card and things like that. So you'll see me in some auditions pretty soon.
Absolutely. So, do you already have a reel?
You know what? I do have some reels up. Not acting reels though. I do have some reels up. I'm working on that now. Actually, I have. I was putting some together, so I will be posting that up in a few more days. Got to do some editing, and then I'll be posting up that content in a few more days. But that is an acting reel.
Absolutely wonderful. So, when you say you need to put your face on the cards, are you a model too?
You know what? I do dibble and dabble in the modeling, and I do also speak and I sing as well. So
Nice.
on the card, I'll be having everything that I do: singing, modeling, dancing, acting, and poet. Do
Mhm.
poetry as well. So yes.
Excellent. Do you have any books?
No, I don't. I'm writing right now. I'm writing. I haven't completed the book, but I am writing, and it's called Navigating Through Faith.
Oh,
That's the title of my
did
book.
you copyright that?
Say it again.
Did you copyright that?
No, no.
Okay, please copyright that immediately as soon as you
Yeah.
get off here. Please note that you can do that for easily $20. WGA. Okay, that's
Okay.
yes, that's the West Coast Writing Guild of America. I'll send you. I'll text you the link. But
Yes, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I gotta keep. Can't let everybody know everything. And still your ideas.
and yeah, and that's the other part about just like I said, it's only $20 and it'll last 5 years. So when you are sharing your ideas, because sometimes you could share your ideas with the right person, sometimes it's only one person. It's only one person. It's only one person. Again, sometimes it's just only one person. Some people have this thing or this concept. If you don't never share your ideas, then miraculously some kind of way it's going to pan out and you're going to get paid. However, they're thinking that through osmosis. I'm not sure how that really works, but sometimes you have to feel a certain kind of way because you are informed, you are intelligent, and that doesn't make any sense. You have to share your ideas at some time or another, just like right
Yeah,
now you've learned that whenever you have a concept or you're currently working on something, go ahead and copyright it. Even if you're not done with it, just copyright that concept immediately. That's it.
right,
Hard. Not especially not a $20 for a concept or treatment, but when you don't know, you don't know. You understand?
right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So and then sometimes there's some people you don't even know, they just drop into your life. You see them and then you think about it and you're like, wow, sometimes that's that person. But if you
Yeah,
don't treat them or you say something or something's going on with them or you want to eye them up and down, like it's something going on with them, but I don't know. That type of attitude and that type of energy doesn't work. She got a call and something didn't work. What do you call it? My phone popped off earlier today too. But that's all facts. We already know. And then some people have this issue. You give away too much information. I really didn't give up that much information. At the same time, just inform and assist it. And some people they take the time to listen and get the information, do something about it. That's just the situation. Some people just all full of shit. And some people do something about it. Some people really want something, you know? So, and then they go and do the work. Absolutely. What are you eating there, Fred Shaw?
This time I'm just chewing gum.
Go to work.
I'm
That's
And
all
back.
right.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I got disconnected.
No
I'm
worries. I know
glad.
Fred Shaw, he has a question or comment for you. He's chewing gum right now. Usually I
Okay.
talk to him because he's always eating some food, but like I said, he's a gentleman that's got a lot of projects in the makings as well, and we will be looking for actors shortly. So you want
Awesome.
to share there, Reverend Fred Shaw? You hear she's a speaker too.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, on my on my site. You know, it has some of the books that I've done, written. Um, How to Find the One, I think is going to be the big hit, and it kind of give a guideline on how to act when you're on the dating scene, and you're trying to learn who these guys are and so forth, and some of the things that you can do to check on them without seeming like you're checking on them, and
Go to work.
so that uh, you know what you're dealing with, because
Right.
everybody meets you in the beginning, they're on their best behavior, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't really see who they are. Now that book right there is Fast Black. That's a
Mm-hmm.
Western that I wrote, and we're planning on doing some things. We at one time we almost had something done to put that on the television, and it reportedly got as high as Clint Eastwood, who liked it, and but he was doing, I think, $1 Million Baby at the time, and then
Mm-hmm.
things fall in and fall out, you know, and evidently he had something coming up, and that was hot, and by the time the smoke cleared, I guess I wasn't being considered anymore. But just the fact that I got word that him and his number one person both liked the book,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was enough for me.
Go to
Uh,
work.
Clint Eastwood is like one of the Western icons, and
Mm-hmm.
so for him to think that the book was good, and not only that, you know, Nichelle, and I met when I was selling my book at the rodeos. I was
Uh-huh.
traveling rodeos, and I was selling my books. And one of the guys came up to me and he said, I have every book, Black Western, ever written. And I
Wow.
told him, no, you don't, because you don't have my book. So he
Go
was
to
looking at me
work.
and he was thinking, and then he said, I'll be back. I'll think on this. He came
Mm-hmm.
back and he got the book. And then he came running out the stand saying, oh, I know you didn't have somebody outthink, and I forget one of the characters, but the character is a real person in history,
Mm-hmm.
but he had made certain moves. He was so tricky that when he died in real
Mm-hmm.
life, they buried him up on a hill so they could watch him. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, even though he was dead, they still wanted to watch him. So
Mm-hmm. Lord Jesus.
this book is about a young man whose father has been gone, and he creates, but his father's a legendary fast black.
Okay.
And you know, back in those days, they took um, the blacks would have their own shooting contests and stuff, and
Mm.
you rope and stuff, and there would be prize money and stuff like that. And the ones that won were
Mm-hmm.
considered fast blacks. And so you know, there's very little you can even find on them,
Mm-hmm.
but I was able to take stories that I'd heard and
Mm-hmm.
by elder people who told me certain things and stuff, and then I wove my own tale to talk about it. It's like if Kobe Bryant would have had Michael Jordan as a father, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
How
That's
good
deep.
he is, and then how good Kobe became,
Mm-hmm.
creating himself in the image of Michael. So I have this boy do that to be in the image of his father. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's another book on there
Mm-hmm.
called The Gangster Chronicles,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
that is based out of Compton. This was written way before Snowfall, The Power, and all of those. I had already written this, but
Uh-huh.
it's not necessarily what you know; it's who you know. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I didn't have the end or the time to work it and write it, so I
Mm-hmm.
wrote it. And hopefully, in the future, on some things that we're working on, the funding will be there, and they will be some of the first projects up. And you're
Mm-hmm.
absolutely right. I want to mix new faces with
Mm-hmm.
people that folk know. There's a lot of actors in Hollywood that you know they face, but they're not
Mm-hmm.
working.
Right.
And but you can reach any of them now because you got not only the
Mm-hmm.
major networks, not only the big theaters
Mm-hmm.
or studios, but now we got not Netflix and Apple and all of these things that are coming in that are opening up the doors for opportunity. So
Mm-hmm.
before I get my agent, we're setting up everything on YouTube and all, you know, I have my own channel that's being developed. all of these things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hit, I have everything in place. All somebody has to do is say, wow, let's go with this. See,
Mm-hmm.
because one of the that we have as black people is we always getting ready. And sometimes you got to be ready. So when you get your opportunity, you know, people say, oh, he was an overnight success, but it took him 30 years to be an overnight success. You
That
know, it's like
mm-hmm.
you in comedy, you know, you may very well hit it big one day, but how many years did you have to practice your craft and everything to get to the point where somebody will make you an overnight success? So,
Look at that
you
and
know,
go to work. You see Dino with his overnight success view right there with his comedy stuff all in the face of the camera. Go to
well,
work.
brother,
Good evening,
was that
everyone.
Hello.
well, here, oh, I'm telling you, I get nervous when he get on the line.
Is that the good Reverend?
It's the good Reverend.
That
I
must be
think
Reverend Shaw. Reverend Shaw, I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. I gotta get round there to the church and pay my tithes. The Lord said I'm supposed to come run up in there and give you everything in my pockets, and I'm sure gonna make sure I got $1.
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
I want pocket. I'll give you $1. You give me some money.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Amen.
Doing
Good.
good.
Very well, thank you.
That's
That's good. That's good. And who do we have there? Actor, that's me. And then who's Donald No Show? Mr. Diaz isn't present.
I'm here, live in color.
Hey, Mr. Diaz, your face was
Yes.
in Seattle, man. What's going on,
Oh,
dude? Is there something
well,
weird or awkward going on there? Why are you
well,
hiding your face? I'm feeling like Shaw.
well,
I'm kind of nervous. For
well,
talking
well,
no face, huh?
well, I'm in bed, sir, and I'm just normally, I start my day at 3 a.m., so I decided to try to stay up and listen to the podcast, but I'm actually in bed. So
Well, you did the
unless
right
you,
thing.
well,
he
I
said
say,
you
well,
doing
you did the right thing.
yeah, that's right.
And who is that? Is that Tiara?
Shantier.
Shantier.
Oh, I got to call you your whole. I got to call you your whole name now. Back when we was dating, I didn't have to call you your whole name. I just called you Kiki. Now you ain't got all fancy dancy on me, huh? Now she's Miss Fancy Dancy. Dancy Fancy over here. All fancy pants. I'll call you Shantiara in front of these high sedity folk. You got it.
You need to stop playing. Do y'all know each other for real?
No.
No.
He
Oh,
like too
now
much.
she wants to deny me. Now she wants to deny me. When I had $17, you used to want to
Not
be
the
my
$17.
friend. Now you don't, my homie. Now you act like you don't know me. He said, "This boy is man crazy. Who is he?" No, nice to meet you. I can't call you
You too.
TT.
You know
Why I
what? You can
can't
call me
call you
TT.
TT?
You can call me. You can call
Baby
me
Go
girl,
TT.
baby
Go
girl. Listen
TT.
here.
Go
Hold on.
TT.
Don't
Go
let this man
TT.
come on this line just because he on this line. If that's not what you want to be called, don't let him do that to you. Look, I told you, I'm from Compton. This is not just a play hand. Okay. Now look, they need to respect your name. If that's what your name is, that's what you want to be called. Because I remember somebody told me, go to work is not a word. And that's before I put it in the Urban Dictionary. I said, yes, it is. It's a go to work word, and it's copywritten, and that's what I'm going by, and that's my freaking word.
Right.
GODWORK, go to work. And they've been calling me that for years. You understand me? Everywhere.
Listen,
Right.
you listen here, Miss Farrow. This is Mike Tyson heavyweight champion of the world. And if I decide to call you TT, you're going to be my TT tonight because I swing hard and I swing fast. Don't get that Compton attitude on me. I know you guys are rough and tough around those places, but right now I'm long distance. You can't do anything to me through the internet. Not even Don King could do it to me right now, or my ex-wife Robin. They rob me for everything, but they can't do it through the internet. So although you're talking that tough stuff, you don't tell the four-time heavyweight champion who you're going to be called or who I'm to call, who I'll have you making my breakfast for breakfast.
Hey, Nichelle, we used to have so much fun twice a week. I can't
Yeah, I'm not in a
imagine
good
how.
mood today. No,
Hey, I say we used to have so much fun twice a week on the radio.
real
What was
though.
our days? Thursday and Saturday?
No,
Or
Sunday
no, it
and
was Fridays and Sundays.
Friday. Hmm.
Yeah, it was Fridays and Sundays, man. We had the best of them. We had them all on there, didn't we? Actor Benjamin Patterson. We had Sweet LD from Oaktown 357. We had Lunell, actress, comedian. Yeah, but now we got new people. We got Big Time Shaw. We got Tiara. We got the faceless individual that I've yet to meet in the
Let me
bed.
help you with something. Let me help you with something because
Yeah.
it's an honor to have him listening to our platform here. Because I call it our because I help so many people, and it's been the same way with the
Absolutely.
radio. Say that again. Can you hear me clearly? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I said absolutely. I totally agree.
Know that yes, there's we're embarking upon a metaverse. Yes. Stop moving and listen to me. Did you hear what I said? This dude is standing right there staring at me. Look, look, please know that we're embarking upon a metaverse. And we have someone here that Mr. Demery, he actually has that one of those keys. You understand me? So while you not certain, please know that it is in a significant way why I asked him to come here. Okay.
Oh,
Very
absolutely. I'm just Josh, and I can't let everybody else have the jokes and let him not catch the jokes too. It's just all in fun. I
no word.
honored
Well, I
and
just
blessed
want
to
you to
be
know
in
in a
the
real way too. On a
I
real
just
way.
I just feel honored and blessed to be in the presence of all of you. And I look forward to collaborating with all of you and working with you in whatever capacity you bring to the table. Because, everything, I believe everything happens for a reason. And that if there are people that you are fond of and that you then I think that's something that God has ordained. I don't take it lightly. So
Go
I'm
to work.
actually very, very happy to be here.
I appreciate you. And you know what? I was wondering if you was walking around in your apartment in the metaverse at first, the way you was moving around and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, in the metaverse, they got people almost looking like yourself, you know? Now
Yeah.
we know you don't play that piano, right?
Nah, I don't play the piano. I'm not even going front. I don't play any parts of the piano. You know the part of the piano I play?
Which
It's
one?
using it to hold up my phone while I talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. But you did Miss Shantiera
Yeah.
share. Say it again.
Oh, I said yes.
Um, can you give him your elevator pitch, please? I was about to say speech.
Okay, so I am an actress, like I was telling Miss Go to Work. I'm an actress. I do sing, I do motivational speeches, I do dance, and I write poems. So as of right now, I'm getting everything in the works as far as getting my content together, so I'll be able to post it on Instagram. My Instagram is I am Shantiera Singleton. So you'll be able to look at some reels and some contents coming up. I have been acting since I was a child. Now, I have not been on like the mainstream as far as like TV and commercials and things like that. I've been
Mhm.
doing things as far as like church goes, like Easter plays and Christmas plays and things in that nature. Um, but as of right now, like I said, I do have some things in the works. I will be posting up some things later on. Give it about a few weeks and you'll be able to see some things on my Instagram. I am
Mhm.
in the process of writing a book as well. I already said the name, so I'll say it again. Navigating Through Faith is the title of the book. I will copyright that soon. But those are the things that are up and coming with me. So I'll be looking forward to working with you all as you look on my Instagram and look through my content.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
What do you think? Absolutely. There you go. So, what would you say, Dino?
I say that she seems to definitely have a vision, and that's very important because oftentimes people have many talents, but they don't sit down and meditate on a vision, which gives them a direction to go in. Because once you at least have a vision, you start off by laying the foundation for your vision, and then you follow step by step what it is that it will take in order to allow your vision to become a reality. And anything she needs assistance with, I'm actually going to be in a film tomorrow. We I have to be on set at like 11 a.m. And I've been blessed to be on TV multiple times. I've been in film. I've been in music videos with millions of views. Last music video I was in, I think it has like 4 million views. I was an actor. And so anything that I could possibly assist the young lady with, I'd love to lend, you know, lend my advice as well as collaborate with her.
Appreciate you.
May,
Awesome.
may, may I give my little elevator speech, Mister
Absolutely.
Mister
Go to work.
Mister Nino Brown?
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yes. It's a privilege for me to be on, the opportunity to hear what's going on. I'm sort of, was out of touch, out of time with a lot of things because my background is financial services. So, you don't get an opportunity, when you a banker. I'm a private banker, so you dealing in a different world. So after I became ill in September, I had cancer. So I decided, I want to work within my community. I was actually born in Watts, and when you leave the community, I'm 66. I'll be 66 this year. So when you leave the community, especially in the financial service, you be way out of touch and out of time. So I had opportunity to come acquainted with people that in my community. So it's been kind of uplifting for me, and just to have an opportunity to listen to a lot of different stories, a lot of different goals. And so I decided that I want to support, you know, um, to support. And I see our community have a lot of goals, the entertainment industry. And so I, you
Mhm.
know, from a banker standpoint, you know, you don't really know that business because from the street. It's a whole different animal. So I took a few lumps, just trying to put money out there, but it was cool. Yeah, one thing I could say, a
Mhm.
banker ain't gonna put nothing out there that he can't. He's afraid to lose. So I I kind of got acquainted with people in Compton and on the west side, and the '60s hood. We actually did a little a mural on Western in Florence at 5 Points. So a little
Mhm.
project that I was working on. But
Mhm.
right now I'm investing my money to on these shorts, movies, to assist upcoming actors getting in the metaverse. We have invested into London and what took a partnership with a group that have about 70,000 lots in the metaverse. So they have a dire need for entertainment, in Black entertainment in particular, because it's going to be a lot of money, a lot of opportunity for our entertainment in the metaverse. So I am invested in my community to have upcoming entertainers to get into that space. So that's my elevator speech.
Can you
Go to
explain
work.
first? Can you explain the metaverse? What actually goes on in the metaverse?
Well, the metaverse is really I would say a new animal because it's a lot of opportunities to put whether you in sports, entertainment, even they got guys putting strip clubs, right? You know, it's a form of putting something into animation, I guess. You know,
Oh,
you could take a piece of art, digitize it, and put it into that space. So, but it's evolving, it's changing. People have different ideas on what they want and they want to do. You know, they taking these non-fungible tokens and they put them on the metaverse.
okay.
But
hmm
So I was like, it's Star Trek on steroids. It's like animation, like cartoons, with more realness to them too. And at the same time, we live here on the universe, and imagine, like we had a story back in the day as well. The song "We Are the World." Can you imagine making another place better or more fun, or something that you could toy around, like people like video games, but at the same time you could actually literally see a movie in the metaverse. You could actually be somewhere else, like you see those three-dimensional or 360-degree visions of houses that you want to buy. You can look at the floor plan that is on Google, but you take that in a different realm of your imagination, and you walk, or that's you that's walking around in this other area. Is amazing. Absolutely. So it's Star Trek on steroids, if
sure.
if I
So, sir, could you tell me the relationship to NFTs and then how they interact with the metaverse, if at all?
Well, okay, I'll give you my best understanding of it. Okay, you got to realize I'm a banker, but and what we do is we invest into it, and we invest into these supposed creative people that can build it out. You know, they take two-dimensional, three-dimensional objects and put it into, let's say, gaming, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they'll take an object and put it into a gaming, and in which you could see a character. Like if you see some of the objects that Snoop is doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's creating characters, and you can see him with his car moving around in the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in more human now. Before they would look more cartoony, but
Right.
now you able to see an actual figure and moving around in a 2 and 3 dimensional form.
Okay.
You know, banking, about before they started talking about the metaverse, we were into the quantum banking system, right? Quantum banking system is you can actually be in one room or one area, and then you can walk into a room and be into another area. But now it has evolved to the metaverse. Um, Chase and IBM created this system maybe about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but they were calling it the quantum system.
Okay.
And so they were pretty much ahead of what people now are recognized as the metaverse.
Right. So what I would like to suggest to you is that I think, just my humble opinion, based on what I've gathered and learned from you this evening, is that definitely do as much research as you can about the metaverse, about who all is getting involved in it, and what are some of the ways in which you can gain return on your investment. As well, I would suggest that you do things maybe financially. As a banker, you may want to invest more so in the camera equipment, the lighting equipment, tripods, boom mics, so that you have what it takes to actually create the content. So if you say you want to work with up and coming actors and they have all of this empty space on the metaverse, they need, just like television, they need content. What I've talked about on this show before is that media in general is not driven by art. Media is driven by commercials, advertising, product placement funds. So the content is simply needed to be placed onto television or in the film or on the internet so that they can inject the advertisements and the commercials throughout. It's basically an opportunity to sell services, goods, and products through media sources. So anything that we see on television, what the networks are doing, or what the film industry is doing, is they're trying to find people that draw interest, that people can connect with, so that they can create a project so that they can simply sell their goods. It's not so much about the art form anymore. It's much more about consumerism and having an ability to sell products. So for your standpoint as a banker, I would see where you got more return, because sometimes I think investing in the metaverse and things like that, I don't know how quick the turnaround is expected, for you to get the return on your investment. Whereas we could see, if you were to purchase cameras, tripods, lighting, things of that nature, you could, as soon as all of the materials come in, you could start creating documentaries immediately. You could film a complete documentary in 2 to 3 days, send it off to the editors, have them edit it, put the special effects and things that you need in there. And then you could pitch that to networks. You could pitch that to like Hulu or Tubi or some of these other avenues. You could pitch that to the metaverse. So it's just something for you to think about. But
can I say this, please? First of all, I'm a banker, right? And before we look at something, we stress test it. Okay. If I had my banker's hat, I wouldn't even be on this conversation right now. Okay. I decided that I wanted to take my banker's hat off. The things that you're talking about doing, all due respect, I can take you in my garage. I probably got about $120,000 of things that that I wanted to purchase. So where the space that I'm in my life right now, I wanted to do something in my community. That's why I start investing into these guys that have sharks. They have a project maybe anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, to help them guys to put their material out there. The
Mhm.
cameras and all the cameras and equipment and things like that. I mean, to me, that's a dime a dozen. I manage 157 bank accounts, so that really don't even phase me about those things. With all due respect. So, but where my goals is to help my young brothers and my sisters to get a break. I was the executives of Universal Records called me today because they heard that I'm investing my money into the metaverse. They wanted me to come down to their office and discuss it because they're putting their money in it. I uh, my skill set is I help central banks, ministers of finance that have projects to finance. My minimum is when I'm dealing with central banks is 1 billion. My maximum is 5 billion. I have about 5 central banks that I'm working on projects right now. So I'm not trying to uh, uh, brag or anything, but I've
Mhm.
been doing this for 35 years. So, where my heart is now is helping people that want to break in the industry that have not got the opportunity. So I know what I'm doing when it comes to money. I unpeel guys to come to me trying to get in my pocket.
So
Yeah.
thank you and appreciate you, and then even allowing me to introduce people to you, and so the people that are writers, creative writers. And I don't know about you, Dino. I know you supposed to be writing something. If you haven't wrote something, I'm telling you, you need to write something. I hope you heard that loud and clear. He here for us. You understand me?
Yeah, I definitely do. And I really like what Shantiera had to say about her aspirations. I look forward to helping her. I look forward also to working with Reverend Shaw. He's
Absolutely.
yeah, he's a inspiration of mine as well. It's always wonderful to see him on here, and as well as with you, Nichelle, because I know that you have a plethora of books, and so I know that you have the skill set and the expertise on what it takes to accomplish it. I just balance. I have a lot of different trauma and things that I've endured in my life that would make the story great and juicy that you personally know. But it's one thing when you've encountered those things in the past and then you've worked mentally and spiritually to navigate away from them, to
Mm.
then go back and then put that in a cohesive project and then release that to the world. Then sometimes those things now is what people always want to interview you and talk to you about, that because that's the clickbait. It's not about, oh, this, that, you were on TV, oh, you fed the homeless over here, you did this, you go and talk to the kid at the school. No, it's about the gun violence, or it's about the things of that nature. So I'll talk to you about it because I really value your opinion as well. And for Mr. Diaz, I also respect what he had to say about the direction he wants to go. I wasn't telling him, hopefully, he didn't take what I was saying as downplaying his ideas. It was just simply a suggestion of something that came to mind as I heard what he was saying, because he did talk about actors and stuff like that, helping out actors. And so, I was just trying to tie the knots. So hopefully he understands that
He's
he didn't.
still here. He's still there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. I just want him to understand that I wasn't trying to downplay his investment in the metaverse. I was just making a suggestion of maybe some additional things that he could do to also create content to put it in the metaverse. So,
Mhm.
That's all. I like to be on these type of forums with multiple people because whether or not I'm going to utilize the information that I hear, I like to receive it because it gives me a more well-rounded perspective about things for my future decision making. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Michelle, uh, let me just add to this. What Dino was saying is that there are things that have been traditional, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's things that in the future. And when you can recognize something that is coming in the future before everybody else, it can make you a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
There were people who did not, or even withdrew their money from Microsoft. And, and now they look at the billionaires and they could have been at the table. So all information is good information. We may throw it away sometime. We might not use it. It doesn't fit our agenda at the time, but it's all good because that what did you call it? NFT stuff. My
Yeah.
son is getting into that, and he's hooking in with people, and he's learning the strategies, and now he's making money. And I didn't think it was that easy to make that kind of money. Now, what they do is evidently everything is done in cryptocurrency, which most of us that like me, I'm scared of that because I don't know, I'm used to everything supposedly backed by the Federal Reserve, even though it's not. But at the same time, some of these things have a system where you can cash out immediately and make money. So, it's like, Dino, you and my son gonna end up talking some because that may be the wave of the future. And that's how these young people, because who thought, I got young people that I know that's made over $200,000 on the internet and through social media. Who'd have thought that you could make money because you know that many people? So sometimes we got to change our mindset and get into where the young folk are going, because old money is one thing, new money something different. At least that's the way it's right now. So I actually appreciate you bringing that to the table.
Yes, sir. Mhm. Yes, sir.
Shantiera, are
Yeah.
you aware of NFTs and the metaverse? And are
You know
you
what? I don't have enough knowledge to come into this little debate going on here, but I know some I know something.
absolutely? Well, that's good. Like we said, even as an actress, an actor, you know that when you show up for an audition and it's a cold read, you have to actually envelop it as if you already know it to the point you wrote it. You understand?
Yes.
So it's one of those things that when you do have the opportunity to do the research, to if you're a method actor or actress, you can go into your zone. You can do your studies. You can actually research. You can actually play it out. You can actually envision it. You can actually use your imagination and so forth. So even with this conversation and the conversation you walked in on when the show started at the top of the show, you already know this is a for real flow to let people
Yeah.
know this is not a scripted show. This is what it is. This is something I do frequently, but in the last couple of weeks I've been just as busy on set and memorizing lines and different things like that. So I'm a working actress as well as I create and so forth. So do know that this is opportunity on Fridays. This is what I like to do if I'm not on set, to just share information and we make connections to different things. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
yes,
Yes,
go to.
that's good. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm so happy to see you out there too. I want you to start posting more stuff from the set on Instagram and on Facebook and stuff. Like I see what's our buddy? G.
You are
Double
G7.
G. No, I
Double
see
G
Double
also.
G.
Yes.
Yeah, I see Double G on set and stuff. Where are your pictures at? Are you
You
capturing
know,
any moments?
absolutely. There's this other thing. I work. I do business. I do different things. But you are right, and I'm so thankful and appreciate all your support always. At the same time, I deal with a lot of people that deal with a lot of different things, and I try to help them
You gotta start taking some pictures on the set
I
so people
know,
can
but
know that
listen,
you're available as an actress. Most people know you as a radio personality and a show host. When you start
absolutely.
popping up on set with the camera behind you or with a little prop or something, and then you put in your oh man in your caption on set today, blah blah blah. Then they like, oh wow, she's
Mm,
always. I knew she had that person. I know her personality from the radio. I bet she's the bomb on set. Yeah, I'm getting ready to do something. Let me DM her right now and see if she's available. You just
mm.
gotta let the people know you available because they gotta have you.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've missed a couple of different things because I don't check my social media, they say, and most of the time. But some people get it mixed up. That's why I say I do a lot of work, and more so I do edify people. That's why I am a radio host. That's why I do network with people so I can help people to be that conduit. At the same time, obviously I love acting. I love radio. I love media, period. From concept to production, from writing the scripts to acting out the scripts to directing the scripts, providing the locations, different things and that nature. Please do not call me or nothing. Because last time I said that, Lord Jesus, no, I'm not looking for you. And please don't look for me to help you with some locations. Excuse me. Let me retract that. Okay. But I know about, the location situation is a serious situation. Absolutely. Know that absolutely, I really do enjoy the work. But at this time, I seem like I'm older, and I just want to do some other work too. And it's cool. So I'm like in a close knit with some people. At the same time, I could do more. That's true. I'm gonna do some more things, and definitely the metaverse is an open verse place right now. So I do want to continue to help people because just like I was sharing at the top of the show about that wasn't acting, but that was in a real way being out there in the city of Compton and helping people and and everything that I do real work for everybody. You understand? In a real way. So when some things take more time than other things, because acting, all this is fun for me. But at the same time, I know it's some real work. But that's where some people get it messed up. That's why I put a post out there today. I'm not sure if because people always my calls and doing different things that I'm not sure if it posted yet. Because I was saying some things in a real way about this legal situation, and if people don't know or remember, but she know too, I helped the mayor of Compton to get in that seat in Compton, and it was like it's a big deal to me when I hear different things. You understand? Because I made a lot of phone calls, did a lot of videos, and so forth, interviews and everything. So, and then I still it still seems like it's my face. What people want to be on screen. We all want to be on screen in a way, but what is the impact that you really want to make? Well, the impact is for a lot of people is a lot of different things because just like success, that word success, ooh, it's serious. People have a different level or definition of success. So with that in mind, it's just at the same time that we want to think about what is it that you want to do and the energy, how you want to spend the energy. And you know what? We started talking so tough on this show. I didn't even write the title of the show. And this show, like I said, it was already pre-scheduled. Today's topic is what drives people to spend energy on what they do. And some people get it mixed up, and that's why I was talking about this video that I created. And some people don't know they rattle people cages that they don't want to rattle, but they think because um, they see a pretty face, or they just get some things misconstrued for some reason or another, or it's hearsay or something, and they don't check the records. They don't talk to the person directly. So it's one of those things. What do you want to do? What type of impact do you want to make? And I do appreciate Dino sharing that, share more of your pictures, because absolutely I have a plethora of pictures in this phone. I do a plethora of things to not post as much as I could, and I've been through a lot, with the social media situation. Back in the day they used to call me Facebook star. You want to be a Facebook star? Well, I didn't even know. So when they called me a Facebook star, I didn't know at that time I was already a Facebook star. You understand? When people talk about you and say different things, that's what you are. That's their perspective of you at that point. You understand? So being at this point, and this is a very critical time that people are not recognizing, just like, what I want to finish that thought with the metaverse. It's a very critical time. People that's here in the state of California, there's the Staples Center that they not this, is it the convention center that they renamed cryptocurrency on Figueroa? Is that what down the street? Have you seen
Staples Center is down the street from my office, Michelle.
crypt and they renamed it cryptocurrency, or is that yeah,
Crypto.
yes, absolutely. So if people are not taking that serious, and just to note, Reverend Fred Shaw,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned, what do you say about that place when it comes to mental health, how people are doing that situation uh injustice? Imagine how many people that would fill that arena.
Oh,
And
well, let me just say that there is enough kids on psychiatric drugs to fill the Los Angeles Coliseum, 100,000 seat arena, 67 times with just kids on psych drugs. And if you took the crypto arena, I think you added up, it comes to like 235 times or something that could be filled with kids with nothing, no adults, nothing, just every seat with a kid in it that's on psychiatric drugs. So, basically we're looking at the fact that we have, as a society, has to do better, because everybody can't be mentally ill. Otherwise, then it's normal. And so you can't, that's like, what do they call it? An oxymoron. When you gonna say all these people on psychiatric drugs because they're mentally ill, but then you're starting to get bigger and bigger numbers, to the point where you look up and anybody can be diagnosed. If you've ever looked at the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, uh, everybody fits some category. I'm a person that's not a big fan of mental health. That's actually a mental illness. Just like slavery, if you ran away from your master, was a mental illness. So it's like, you know, we have to take a look at that, because our families are being duped because of the pharmaceutical companies, which I'm not against, because they do make medicines that help us. Diabetic medication, they've been able to cure cancer with certain types of treatments and stuff. So I'm not against them, but I am against when the drugs are worse than the disease they're supposed to cure.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. So with that in mind, that's just another example why I shared that information, and then to give Reverend Fred Shaw opportunity to share something about that building too. As an actor, I'm an actress. Some people still have this hang up, actress or actor, and it's one of those words. But to note that, what impact do you want to make? So are you just want to be on the screen? Do you just want everybody to see that you do this and that type of thing? I got cameras and tripods and situations myself in here. I'm working, waiting to learn how to do my own music and everything like that. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of, what do you want to do with your time? And some people, they just want to flash all the time. I'm over here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. And that's why when some people say, don't get me, messed up in so many words and so forth, please know that when I'm doing anything, it's for a real purpose.
That's right.
I want to make an impact on everything I do. So when somebody wants to try to rattle my cage, it's the wrong cage to rattle. Simple as that. That part. Go to work.
Mm-hmm. Go to work.
Yes, indeed. So I know it is just past 8 o'clock. I think she's on her device. Yeah, she's going to come back, and then I'm going to close the show. Then there she is. Go to work. Go to work.
You say just past 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
Just past 9 o'clock. I'm gonna
Oh,
end the show here. We did just a little bit over an hour. Yeah. So now, yeah, it's an hour and 10 minutes. But just a note that I want to do this other show in in a real way. You understand me? I was talking about go to work. There she is. Go to work. That I was gonna end the show when you came back. Absolutely go to work. Yeah, Dino, he got another call too, and then I saw that
Oh,
you were
Dino. Oh, okay. I just wanted Dino. He dropped off.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to. I didn't want to get off the wrong foot with Dino. It's just, sometimes in my space, I deal with dog fights every day. So
Mm-hmm.
when I come off, I didn't want to come off, like that. But in my world, that's just an everyday, situation.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mhm.
Absolutely. And then he feels the same way too. Yeah, he goes through a lot of different things. That's what he was sharing in essence without just saying everything. But yeah, his best interest is he's always into the best interest of everybody, and he
Sure.
wants to work with everybody. You could just tell by his comedy and everything like that. He likes to play. So, and at the same time, yes, he's going to do his homework. Do know he will research and do his homework and everything, and he's going to come back and he's going to be more well informed, and he's wants to be that person that
Sure.
suggests this information to other people, and especially as the world gets more informed about the metaverse, because it's just like when the microwaves came out, or
Mhm.
cell phones came out, everybody, majority of people was apprehensive and wasn't sure, and then when they try to help, they not really sure because they not, they know what they know, and then they, share information based on what they're comfortable with. So
Sure.
at any rate, as a teacher, I do the same thing. When I didn't know about the metaverse, it was like I was just consuming it, just like,
Mhm.
the horse on the Santa Anita racetrack, what I mean, like
Mhm.
hoofs and everything. That's why I said when people want my attention and they really don't, they coming at me, at a different way with a different energy because they really don't know. And I didn't spend so much work and energy and time into something, and they coming from, what they know. I understand. That's why I see, I was smiling because I was like, it's a baby that's, wants to help and just now learning something new. And I know what that feels like. And so I think that's why I've been teaching for so long. I understand that it feels a certain kind of way when you're being taught something new. And at
Sure.
the same time, we all every day is a new day for learning, just like I was sharing earlier today, or this video that I posted a little while ago, because some people, they're not used to me being upset. They just want me to just be their best cheerleader and not say anything back, and then they don't understand what, some different things. I remember the first time I learned the word steam. What is steaming? And I was like, is that really what it means? That they're saying something indirectly on social media because they're based their information on some hearsay, and they have yet to do their due diligence of asking in a real way and coming to the person and really figuring this out. Oh,
Sure.
that's called scamming. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. But see how we did this today? We are able to talk it through. He said what he said. I'm saying what I'm saying. You said what you said. And at the
Sure.
same time, collaboratively, we have a new guest and she's learning something new. And then Reverend Shaw, he's always sharing, like, what I can see this, and then maybe we could do this type of thing. And we all wholesomely want to make things, better.
Sure.
And that's, the people that come on the show, that's what we do. And then I had a couple people that one is in a meeting, another person preparing to do a set tomorrow. So we would even have more people on here today. And sometimes it's like I said, it's just one. So
Mhm.
Sierra, you could have came here and it could have been you and I. And please note that it would have been just as significant. But
Yeah.
today, enriched by some a lot of details that I would share, on a phone call and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is rich. understand? Because everybody that's here online represents so many people, so many details, so much. I can't even imagine. But I really want to tell you, I thank you for even the consideration, because it's some people that don't realize the window of opportunity. Oh, it's a plethora of people that could tell you, oh, go to work, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that, and like Dino was sharing. And so forth. I've dealt with a lot of people and met a lot of people, interviewed a lot of people on the radio show where he met me and so forth. And that was some years ago, less than a decade ago. But some people, they remember it like it was yesterday. Some people are reaping benefits financially and, just by relationship wise from those instances. And sometimes it was only 5 minutes or it was a couple minutes and they were with some other people. And then it just, there's a domino effect afterwards. So just like today, this is a learning environment. And at the same time, based on the energy, again, you felt it in the beginning of the show, the people that you've met, the information that has been shared is going to impact you for life, because this
Yeah.
was a regular typical type of show. And that's what people got to know. I've never been a typical podcaster. And then the same people that doesn't understand that, you know what, when you catch me in a manner in which you are not understanding that what your game and my like Bambi and headlights type of thing, that God is going to take that vengeance. But at the same time, in the meantime, I have to put people on notice, like, look, I'm gonna help you because there's some other people that talk to me too. And that's another reason. And I'm gonna show some people, look, I told you that I'm here to represent this city. You understand me? When you're sent, or you could send somebody. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I told these people it's been recorded on a film, documented, everything in this beautiful city of Compton, that people want to make it seem like it's just all about low lives and so forth. And just like Omar Bradley Jr. was saying, that look, it's a middle class city. When I moved there, when I was a little girl, it was a middle class city as well. This right here, this platform is not your traditional platform. You meet real people doing real work and real things. No steaming over here, but at the same time, it's a place and a platform. Look, just like I said, my phone number is everywhere online. You understand? So the people that play that game, that I don't understand why they don't. And I've said so many times too, don't leave me a message. Text that information, because I read. You understand? I deal with, I talk a lot of, I don't want to hear you saying whatever on a voicemail. You understand? Take the time to write that shit out if that's the case. You understand me? If you don't want to wait for me to pick that up, when you don't want me to know who's calling, that type of thing. That's childish. You understand? Here's a platform. DM me. Oh, I want to come on the show. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that type of thing. Oh, yeah. And mind you, it was an honor also to even have Omar Bradley Jr. on the show once upon a time. And then to know Fred and Shaw, they grew up together. That part right there. So then that's the other thing. You find it's a small world, even on the freaking internet.
Right.
Yeah. So some people don't even realize that it's a real thing in a real way, that we have to support each other, and we do have to bring that word impact in our conversations more. So what type of impact are we making? As an actor, you could start making all this money in NFTs, metaverse. What impact? What's your legacy? What is it about? You just want to be superficial and just be saying that day, that's it, that's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's real talk.
Right.
I gotta ask Reverend Shaw.
Go to work.
Can you hear me, Reverend Shaw?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You are in Inglewood?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you have a ministry in Inglewood?
The streets are my ministry right now. I co-founded and was co-pastor of True Faith Christian Ministries for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned in those 20 years, it ain't nothing like church folk. And so I work the streets right now. I think we got enough people in the pulpit. I may open up a church again, though, because people keep asking me. But we had a church. It split the first time over the gay issue. Then it split about people tried to come in, take over the church. it's too big of a headache when you can service the communities better, being out there
Mhm.
with the people, directing the people, and be a part of the change from the street. And so that's
Mhm.
kind of where I am right now until God put me back in the seat somewhere. That's where I'm sitting right now.
Sure.
Go to work.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So at the same time, Reverend Fred Shaw, he writes scripts too. And go to work. And books and everything too, and go to work. So that's a trip how we know some of the same
You can
people
pull
go to
up
work.
that website
Shaking up my
Sure.
fucking nerve.
if you want to. You can pull that website up too.
Yes,
It's
I'm
up
gonna
to
do
you.
that right now.
But
Oh,
yeah.
mm-hmm. But let me go back to
But
it. Go to
you know,
work.
so the
Mm-hmm.
book I'm writing now is
Yes.
called 20, and it's a futuristic book where most of us have gone underground, and
Mm,
underground just means we operate outside the system. You know, we were the ones that were nonconformists. We didn't go with the brainwashing society of the day, and now
mm,
we are considered the enemy. And so,
mm,
you know, it's a whole story that I'm developing on that. I got a lot of stories in my head. So whenever I
mm-hmm,
got time, I just write. And I'm gonna tell you,
mm-hmm,
do that every day because I wrote two of my books when I started. I would write every day, even if it was one word. Because what people
mm,
don't know the secret to a book, if you write one page a day, you got a 365-page book at the end of the year.
mm,
So, you know, the key is
mm,
consistency, and it'll take
mm-hmm,
you at least an hour to reread your last thing that you wrote and clean it up, and it will give you new ideas to move forward with. Always have a notepad so that you can write down the ideas that come to you because they may not fit in the story right then. But
mm-hmm,
then when things get slow and it gets hard and you get what they call writer's block and stuff, now you can go to those ideas and you can sometimes start a whole different chapter and then tie them in later. And
mm-hmm,
so, it's there's secrets to writing. You know, I write science fiction and regular fiction. So, you know, and westerns and stuff. But pretty much, you know, my formula has worked for me. And you know, I've gotten the books out there, and now we're making some moves that we can't really talk about, but Nichelle is part of it and stuff where we may be able to get the money we need to do our own movies. And we're not talking about pennies. We're talking about maybe 400 million a year or more, so that we can do to put in the films and stuff of minority groups. And we don't exclude whites. We want the best story. We don't care where it really come from, but it
mm-hmm,
opens up door for the opportunities for those actors and those people that have been locked out of the industry that couldn't get into the industry because they couldn't get a lawyer. They
mm-hmm,
couldn't get a lawyer because they would, you know, they wouldn't necessarily throw away the ship. Some people will offer you 50, you know, we want 50% of what you made to be in the industry and all that. You don't take deals like that because in the end you will end up quitting anyway. That's what happened to Cool and the Gang. That's what happened to some of the others where they went up on these shysters that were trying to take advantage of people. And you know, so but
mm,
there's a lot of tricks and trades to the game. It is not an easy thing to penetrate. But one of the things that I'm happy that God is starting to do is put into the mind of our people that we got to make it happen ourselves. So we got
mm,
to be creative enough to come up with something that people will buy into,
mm-hmm,
and that's what we're trying to do right now to get
mm,
40 million a month a month to shoot movies and documentaries, and we may dabble a little in the movie, but we most definitely are looking at some of these things like what do they call it, the anime and all of those type of
mm-hmm.
things. You know, we
Yeah.
most definitely will do the hard, tough movies that are R-rated that people like, but the fastest selling one is the children's movies and stuff
Mm,
like that. You know, so we have to know the field, what people want. We gotta and then we just move forward. You sell the idea. The people say, yeah, you got to know your target. Who is it that can
Right.
get the kind of money that you want out there? Who can bring in what, and who would want to?
Right.
What is it about they would want to put money into this like that? So then you start working those details out so that when you get to your proposal and get it finished, and don't walk into none of these people without something registered that's in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
then you may be able to make some things happen. But it's the
That's
fresh new ideas that's going to create the wealth in the future, not the
abs-
past ideas there all along. So
that's
that's
right.
what we're doing. We're getting very close to it. We've had the proposal ready 3 times, but we've had to change it 3 times because by the time you get through writing it, something in society has already changed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
write a movie today, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
sell to 5 years from now, where everything that
Mm-hmm.
was futuristic 5 years
Right.
ago
Mm-hmm.
is here now. So that was
Mm-hmm.
not a futuristic movie. It's just
Right.
a movie in this time. So,
True.
it's a lot to consider, a lot to do, but it's worth it
Mm-hmm.
if you
That's
penetrate through, you know.
absolutely. That's the key. Yeah, I need to title something about that. Is it worth it? What's worth it? What are you doing that's worth it? Absolutely. Go to work. And so that's what I work on. Things that's worth it.
You,
Absolutely.
you, you Michelle, like we have a little business. We don't really work it much, but say a
Mm.
person wants to write a book, they really want to write a book. We
Uh-huh.
have the ability to help with the outline, to
Mm-hmm.
develop the story, to pull the stuff that people like. For example, most people think because they have a good idea, that's the story. They
Mm.
don't realize
Right.
that that story is just one little scene. And if you're
Mm.
lucky, scene that you can build off of. But most
That's right.
people got this idea of this man who saves the world, and he saved the world because they were getting ready to blow it up. And then, and you say, okay, and then they don't
Mm.
have no and then.
Right.
Well, we can help a person and we charge to do it, but we can
Mm-hmm.
help get their outline. Then we can set up their website for them and stuff. We can set up professional interviews for them so they can talk about their project when it gets to a certain point. And now you can
Mm-hmm.
put this on the internet to where you can be seen. Somebody can go to your site and see you talking about your book, and it look like
Mm-hmm.
you in CNN or something like that. There's things
Mm-hmm.
that can be done to help people make it. And
That's
then
right.
we've even got ways to get your book printed now, and all of this stuff that we've
Nice.
searched and stuff. The information's out there, but it's just a lot of hard work. And
Mm-hmm.
so we can less than $5,000, you can have a book, and it's
That's
high, good looking quality, the whole thing.
mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But you got to be willing to pay to get what you want,
Mm-hmm.
because what we don't want to do. I'm a black man. You come to me to help you develop your book.
Mm-hmm.
I give you all these breaks because I'm black. The moment you fall out with me, then you go pay the white man to do the
Mm-hmm.
full price to do the same thing. So
Mm.
I have to look how my time is valued. I can give
Right.
you, I can cut you down, I can cut corners, but we got to do it professionally, because
Yeah.
if we don't, in the end, you're gonna hate the product, and then you're gonna be mad at me for if
Mm-hmm.
I took $50, you're gonna be mad. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be
Mm-hmm.
able to do it like that, because you mentioned Dino, and
Mm-hmm.
that he got a book in him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Most people do, but most people don't have the confidence to believe that they can get it. Oh, I don't spell well right enough, or I don't put sentences together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what editors are for,
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that. We can get it edited. I know editors.
Yes.
Got to have it in the shape where they can do something with it and get the idea where you're going. Then they can
Absolutely.
edit. You see what I'm saying? But if it's
Mm-hmm.
chicken scratch, there ain't nothing they can do with it, because now they're writing a whole book.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's their book, not your book. So
Right.
you say,
Absolutely.
right? I I just wanted to share that on that, because a lot of us, we just think that we show up with an idea and that's a brilliant story, when actually it's just one scene, in a story.
Right. And then the other comment, yeah, the live ghost writers. They become live ghost writers. But
Exactly.
yeah, I saw that you had, did you open your microphone? Did you want to say something, Mr. Demery?
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay.
I'm being a sponge.
Okay, go to work. I was yeah, so I was gonna end the show. I know the young lady she couldn't have possibly expected this show, but I'm gonna end it one more time. It's 9:30. You all did wonderful. I know you're gonna get your rest. I'm gonna do another show that I'll share the link for to watch at a later time if you like. But yeah, I need to go and find some videos, and I want to share some different things because I want to make sure people are clear about the Compton situation. And Compton's filled with actors, and they want to be good actors, and they're great actors in a real way. But some people are calling them just actors as if, as a being sarcastic. But definitely, I want to help more people from the city of Compton to learn about new things and be ahead of the curve, just like I want to share with them. I was being ahead of the curve before and they weren't listening. And I just retreated, and now they rattled my cage, and now that's where I'm at. So I want to just review some things.
I got a question. You getting ready to do another back-to-back show?
Yes. The next one is all about the city I love.
Oh,
Go
okay. All I can say is that girl, go to work. That girl's on fire.
Thank you. Absolutely. All right. Now we'll go to work for the next time. And I'm going to, it'll be the month of May soon. But just in case, yeah, I do plan to be back here on Friday. But I am going to add some more actors to that magazine that that I do have advertise of actors on YouTube. So go to work, go to work, go to work. Until next time, thank you so very much for tuning in.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you. All
Good
right.
night,
Bye bye.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.